My kids have a lot of Tonies and Yoto cards. And if your kids have a Tony box and the little Tonies characters and Yoto cards, you know it can get out of hand pretty quickly as far as keeping it all organized and together. It kind of ends up all over and they lose their favorite ones, and then we have problems at night when we're putting them to bed and they can't find the character they want to listen to or the card they want to listen to. So all of that ends today. I have 1 hour before my husband gets home from work, which means in the next hour I'm going to build a shelf for each of the girls, the two little ones, to go on the wall right next to their beds, and I'm going to decorate it and design it, and it's going to be for their Tonies box and their Yotos, and it's going to be fantastic. All right, I've got to get some wood picked out for this. If you're wondering why I need it done in the next hour, it's because my husband is on his way home from work, and I have plans to have a margarita tonight, and I don't intend to be doing any woodworking while I am drinking said margarita. So this is, the pressure's on. It's a big deal. So the question is, do I want it to be double shelves, like a bigger one on the bottom for the Tonies box and a smaller one up top for the Yoto, or do I want it all on one shelf? I'm kind of thinking 2 shelves, and then the top one for the Yoto could also have magnetic stuff on the bottom so that the characters, if you ever seen those shelves where the characters can hang upside down from the metal or magnets, that would be pretty cool. I know Tony's box is 5 inches wide, so I'll probably make the shelf about 6 inches deep. So I could definitely use that. If you saw the video where my daughter and I built a table for her gerbils, then you might recognize this board. And I'm thinking I'm going to use this. I'm thinking I'm going to do smaller shelf on one end, on the bottom, for the Tonies box. And then the Tonies box is like 5 inches. Got to leave some space on top of it for the characters. And then the smaller shelf, that'd be this one, for the Yoto, because it is much skinnier. And so I would cut this, I don't know, maybe make it like 15 or 16 inches tall. Yeah, I'm gonna get to cutting. Okay, so these are 6 inches across. They're gonna be 6 inches deep. They're 17 1/4 long. That's how wide the back is gonna be. So I've got one for each of the girls, and then I've got a spare one. And I think what I'm gonna do is cut this one in half, and I've got a fun idea for that. That's gonna, I think it's gonna work out really well. So now I just need them cut, and then I can start sanding, because clearly they're very stained. Ta-da! They're all cut. All right. Now I have a lot of sanding to do. Wish it went that fast. Let's see. Nope. Dang it. All right, I'll do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, so I have the bottom shelf attached. I just did some longer screws, 3-inch screws, through the back. I don't have any brackets, otherwise I probably would have done that. And now I'm getting ready to do the second shelf here. I'm using some clamps and an L bracket, or a square, to get it lined up so it's straight, and then just drilling a pilot hole through the back, and then attaching it with these. All right, so that's all the pieces I need for one of the sides, and that is one side that's done. Now, obviously, I have sanded it, I've attached them. I still need to stain it. I'm gonna stain it all this gray color. I have some stuff on the 3D printer right now for it. I've got to drill a few holes for wires, and it's gonna look really good when it's done. I'm excited. But for now, I'm gonna set this one aside. I'm gonna assemble this one, and then I will stain them both together. Now I have two. Now I did this one where the Yoto will be on, or the Tonies box will be on the left, and this one where the Tonies box will be on the right, because they're going on opposite walls. Girls' beds are on one wall here and here, so her head's up here, the other one's head is opposite, so this just works out better. So now I'm gonna stain it all. My husband's almost home with pizza, and it's gonna dry tonight. I'll fix it or finish it tomorrow, because like I said, margarita. So I'm gonna throw some stain on this and set it aside for the night. I'll see you tomorrow. So it's the next day. They dried pretty good. Now I am working on putting screws. It's just a little screw with the washer on it all along the bottom, kind of a zigzag shape. I'm doing that on the bottom of the top shelf on both of these. And I'll show you why in a second. Unfortunately, I have to use this dinky little screwdriver because this other shelf gets in the way of my drill. So I was able to do 5 of them with the drill, and then the last 4 with the dinky screwdriver. Most of the girls' Tonies and Yotos are in their room, but I did snatch a few before nap time so I could test this out. So there are enough screws and washers under there for 10 of the, or did I do 10? No, 9 of the Tonies to go upside down on each of them. And then you got a whole shelf here for more, a shelf there for more. The Tonies box will go here, which even with the Tonies box and a Tonie on top of it, there's still plenty of space for them to hang there. And then if I run out of space for the cards, there are more prints that are just like this, and I would just print out another one and put it over there. But right now, they don't have that many cards. I mean, you could fit a lot of cards in a small spot like that. And they've got, 2 sections, so they'll fit a lot there. And then that's just, it's cute. And their room is Minnie Mouse anyway, so it kind of ties it all together. Why do they seem off from that wall? Yes, this is how I measure things. Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same. Okay. So I think I push this one back. Okay. There you have it. It turned out pretty awesome. The screws with the washers on them are perfect for holding those up. They sell these, well, not this exact thing, but something similar for Tonies on Amazon, and it's like really expensive just for the ability to hang them up upside down. But it's completely easy to do, and if they run out of space, I could always put more screws on the bottom of this one and do the same thing down there. But there's plenty of space. Now they do have more Tonies than this. I just haven't found them all. That's the problem with not having a designated spot for them to go in. But now that we do, as we find them, they have somewhere to put them. And as long as the 2-year-old doesn't try to climb this, this is going to be perfect. So, yay. I will say you got to be careful with wires. I'm going to attach this wire going down this rail right here because I don't like any loose wires anywhere in the kids' room. You're welcome, baby. You like it?
Yeah. What about this empty spot?
Well, I could only find one of your Yoto cards because, well, you didn't have a nice, neat spot to put it. So now you got to find the rest of them.
This is awesome. I know you are.
Now, Kenz, it's really important you don't ever pull on these shelves, okay? Don't ever pull on them, okay?
It's cool, right? Say thank you, Mommy. Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome.
I'll put a little bear right here. I'll put a little bear here. Wow, there's even little characters. There's Mickey, Donald, Goofy.
Yeah.
But where's Daisy? But where's Daisy? Mickey? Where's Daisy?
You know, I don't have a silhouette of Daisy and Pete. I'm sorry.
Who's that? Mimi. Beaky. Yeah.
You're welcome, kiddo. Now,
That's so amazing.
you got to look all over your room and try and find all the missing Tonies and Yotos and put them all away, okay? And make sure Kenzie's go on her shelf and yours go on your shelf, okay?
I like this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one.
So there you have it. This was fun, easy project. With stuff like this, it only takes a couple of hours to do, but every time my kids use this or look at it, they're going to remember their mom going out of her way to do something nice for them. And hopefully it makes them smile. And that alone makes it worth it. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. God bless.